All right, it is a first alert weather day, and today is indeed turning out to be a volatile weather day. And as we head into the evening hours, we continue to see storms rumbling their way through the region. There is a risk of severe weather everywhere you see in our viewing area where it says enhanced or moderate. We're expecting some widespread thunderstorm activity heading into our evening hours here. As we take a look, I'm switching cameras around here right now, but as we take a look at the wind reports we've gotten, 115 mile per hour winds measured in the Can-Do area, with Churches Ferry not far behind at 101 miles per hour with the winds there. And as we take a look at some of the video that was sent in, we'll do that in a minute. But right now, we do have those storms pushing into northwest Minnesota. Polk County, the entire county now under the gun with strong to severe thunderstorms surging to the south and to the east. As we zoom in on me here, let's take a look at the showers and thunderstorms again. They're going to be moving very, very fastly, clocking these storms movement right now through Polk County. The Thief River Falls area reporting severe weather that has caused damage in town and caused trees to be down. That damage is making its way towards Bemidji very quickly. Moving to the southeast, folks, and this is not incorrect. 75 miles per hour is how fast the line of storms are moving. When they create gusty winds that hit the ground, those gusty winds of 100 miles per hour or so, shoving and causing the storms to really advance quite quickly. So along this leading edge, if you're in Fertile, if you're in Fosston, it's time to batten down the hatches by 6:20 in Fosston. That storm will be near you, Bagley, by 6:32. As we look at it, even including Bemidji, where the storm is a long, long ways away, but within the hour, it will be in your area, Cass Lake, by 7:01, Bemidji by close to 6:50. Now, as we look at Fargo, we have a thunderstorm warning for us. And as we look at our tower cam right now, that leading edge right here, this thing you see is called an outflow boundary. It shows up on the radar as a light green strip. This is caused by the wind that's being blasting out of these thunderstorms. And it's usually a little layer of clouds, but it can oftentimes or sometimes also be debris like what we saw in Grand Forks. Dust and dirt being kicked up. Now, those storms are now making their way through Fosston, and they're making their way into parts of Trail County right now. And these aren't moving quite as quickly as we take a look out. They're moving at 47 miles per hour, and they're still right now just approaching Ada. So within the next few minutes here, Ada and Mahnomen, you'll have very gusty winds. These winds will be more northerly for us here. Throughout the day, we've had gusts in Fargo from the south, so we're going to get a clash of these winds, and we're going to see an abrupt change in direction as we go through. Up to the northeast, Devil's Lake finally quieting down. There are more storms coming your way, but the severity of those have been a lot less. These guys here, moving through the Nelson County area, have the history of baseball-sized hail in Cheyenne. That's moving east at 20 miles per hour. New Rockford, storms in your area in Carrington also have a more sizable hail core. The stuff moving into the Fargo-Moorhead area doesn't have as much of a hail risk at the present time. These storms out in the Devil's Lake Basin have been spinning, but luck would have it, our storm tracker, Eric Whitehill, is on scene. Eric, I know that we've got your shot here. We see a lot of scary-looking clouds, Mamadas clouds. There's rotation showing up in the radar. Are you seeing any of that at all from these storms?
Hutch, I am seeing just a little bit of rotation on these storms. I'm going to try and get repositioned here really quickly and see if I can show you what I'm seeing. This is going to be very, very close to Annetta, and
oh, wow.
You see right on the edge. Yeah, you can see right on the edge here, Hutch, we've got a very distinct lowering. There was a lot of clouds and scud getting sucked up into this. It did take on that wall cloud shape and did show some very brief signs of rotation. Wonderful shot of a cloud to ground lightning strike there as well. So I'm watching this very closely, but if I'm in Annetta, Hutch, I'm going to take this storm seriously. I'm going to take my severe weather precautions if I'm anywhere close to Annetta, even if I'm a little to the south. Right now I'm just south of Annetta in Griggs County. I'm still going to take my severe weather precautions. This storm is the clouds are very green, so that's an indication of some very large hail. And again, I am seeing just a little bit of rotation with this storm right along this, we call it an inflow interface or an updraft interface in weather terms. I'm starting to see just a little bit of spin and quite a bit of inflow into the storm here, very close to the city of Veneta. Back to you.
Okay, very good. And we've got your location plotted with our program keeping track of Eric's every movement, and the Macville area seeing hail core moving in. And again, the storms out in our Devil's Lake Basin are the ones that seem to be more capable of delivering some significant hail. This was taken in the Pembina County area. Speaking of spin in the storms, you can actually visualize that taking place. Lori, thanks for your awesome video. Here's a look at some wind reports. As we mentioned, 115 mile per hour wind gusts in Candu. Grand Forks 66 miles per hour, and damage was done in town. And now we're looking in Fargo-Moorhead now live. Here is that cloud that we were talking about, that outflow boundary. That's it. That's a shelf cloud. It's moving into town right now at a clip of about 45 miles per hour. And those hot, sticky south winds are going to be replaced by some much cooler air here shortly. Forecasting this thing out, the storms now will be blasting in towards Bemidji in the upcoming hour. We have storms that will be in the Fargo area at the outside of about an hour or so with gusty winds. But we expect much more development out here in this soupy hot 90+ degree air. That's very volatile, and this area really has the potential to develop more storms into the late night hours that will last, moving through the southern Red River Valley, Richland County, Sisseton as we go through the 10 o'clock hour, and into Lakes Country again, and all along the threat for those damaging straight line winds persist. I guess if there is good news, it is the fact that they blow out of here by the time we get to about the 2 a.m. hour, and then it looks like much quieter weather. For Fargo, 70 to start your Saturday. We will see temperatures, but not nearly as hot as today, not nearly as humid. We're talking 80s for your day there. Elsewhere, temperatures at 5 in the afternoon will be in the 70s north, low 80s south for a pretty fair start to your weekend. I can't rule out 1 or 2 isolated afternoon storms. Craig captured this cloud near the Crookston area. More severe weather moving through your area as we speak. Sunday, quieter still, and temperatures around 84 degrees. And then as we take a look at the planning forecast, well, I guess I got clicker happy again. I don't know what's going on with my finger here. It must be, we get some storms around. It might be that electricity in the air. All in all, severe weather all night. We'll track it for you. Eric is on scene to keep his eyes on any rotation. Damaging straight line winds going to be that main concern through the evening.
All right, thanks so much, Hutch. We'll be back in just a moment with a little bit more news and weather.